Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say we finally end the Super Mario Bros. Super Marathon once and for all? And, oh man, talk about ending this on a high note. We've gone through all three of the Mario games in the 8-bit era, and so it's time we depart from that and we dive right into the 16-bit era. Welcome to Let's Play Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, and I'm excited to do this one because, you know, it's widely considered to be, you know, a great step up from, you know, for the Super Nintendo, and considered to be one of the best, if not the best, Mario game of all time. And I can definitely see it right here. I also agree because, you know, it's such a goddamn good game. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Looks like Bowser has at it again. Okay, fascinating. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably looking forward to this, and I'm looking forward to this one as well. Just go to Yoshi's house here. Hello, sorry I'm not home, but I have gone to rescue my friends who were captured by Bowser, Yoshi. Ah, damn, I was hoping to get some information from him, so... Anyway, so yeah, Super Mario World, and, you know, I want to say, though, that, you know, this is, for no doubt, peak 2D Mario. You know, like, out of all the 2D Super Mario Brothers games, it's like, it's absolute peak, and, you know, I would like to say that it is, my absolute favorite 2D Mario game of all time. I mean, I know I got many other favorites, I mean, you know... I mean, for one thing, like, for one thing, even though I didn't really, well, I didn't really grow up with this game, per se, but I actually did play quite a bit of it, like, even while I was still growing up, though, because, I mean, the one game I've actually played the most was Super Mario 64, so that game was definitely a thing in my childhood, but, you know, playing this game, though, you know, like, so many years ago, and just, like, you know, just still growing up, and, you know, I still had such a damn good time with the game as well, and, you know, I can just go as far to say that, you know, it is my absolute favorite 2D Mario game. But, I don't know, I mean, I've already played Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and, you know, now I'm a little conflicted on which of the game is the absolute best one, because, you know, I actually really enjoyed Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's such a fantastic game, so, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick, but, you know, either way, though, I still have such a I always play the game, you know, well, you know, just going back to this one, I had such a damn good time with this one, so... You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of you guys who also grew up with the game as well, you know, and, you know, just loved it to death, and I can definitely see why, you know, and even to this day, you know, Super Mario World has so much praise and a great reputation that very rightfully deserves, and, you know, and just playing this game, you know, just going back to it, it really is, it just feels so good, you know, it's always one of those feel-good kind of games, you know, I go to it, and you know, I just get a good feeling about it, so, you know, it makes me feel just more comfortable playing it, so... Anyhow, so, enough gushing over the game, let's go talk about the game itself. So yeah, we're right here in so right now we are not in Mushroom Kingdom, we are now in a new setting called Dinosaur Land. So, so basically, what the plot entails that, you know, Princess Peach is kidnapped again. Well, actually, the Game Boy Advance port did a little more where, you know, so Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach, well, they go all the way over to Dinosaur Land just to go on a picnic. And then, they look away for a second, and then Princess Peach got kidnapped. So, yeah, that was the plot. So, yeah, there we go. But, you know, why does the story matter when we got the gameplay to talk about? Just, you know, just how amazing the game is. So let's just go and talk about it. Just get right into it. So yeah, it plays just like, you know, how Mario did in the other Mario Brothers games. One difference being is that, you know, one thing you'll definitely notice is the control, and the control is so smooth. You know, it's not as floaty, not as, like, you know, too heavy on the momentum. It's, you know, the perfect kind of control that there ever is, and it's just so damn good. And, you know, there's also some new, well, you know, some new enemies and some new tricks that Mario can do. You know, we got some new ones like these dinosaur enemies you saw there called, Rex. Yeah, yet another dinosaur named Rex. Okay, then. We also got some returning Koopa Troopas and also, well, actually, I want to say bullet bells, but the giant ones we saw here are bonsai bells. And also, if you hit this block right here, there's a egg right here, it's Yoshi! Hooray! Thank you for rescuing me! My name is Yoshi! On my way to rescue my friends, Bowser trapped me in an egg. So yes, so who was newly introduced in Super Mario World as Yoshi, is where he makes his introduction. And so, what he does here is that he gets to ride on Yoshi, and, you know, probably one of the greatest additions for Super Mario World. Is just riding on him. So once you're on him, we hear the background music actually adds some bongos to it. So what you do is that, you know, while you're riding on Yoshi, Yoshi can actually eat just about anything. And not only that, though, but he can also jump on enemies in one hit, and then they go poof just like that here. And, you know, in addition to Yoshi, like anything, like you need some, like you need the fruit there on the bushes, and then it gives you coins. And then there's also, and also the Koopa Troopas as well. Like, you know, Yoshi can also eat the Koopa Troopas, but he can't really wholly swallow them, though. So, you know, whenever he swallows or eats the Koopa Troopa, the Koopa shells, it actually depends on the color. We know for the green ones, then he shoots them out like a projectile. The red ones, he shoots out fireballs or just breathes fire. The yellow ones actually, I think it just lets them just stop some enemies just a lot more easily this time around. And then the blue shells, no, not those kind of blue shells. Don't worry. The blue shells will actually allow Yoshi to fly. So that's your that's basically what it is about it. And also, one thing that's also added to this game are the checkpoints. Yes, this game finally has a checkpoint system, and it's such a godsend. This one. So once you get a checkpoint, there you see those bars, and you can actually just the game will take you back to where you left off at midway through the level. So I am so glad they actually added the checkpoint system, and you know it's something that was much needed. And then to talk about some more enemies, so yeah, like I did mention the bonsai bills. That was just like humongous. The other ones, if you saw those enemies there that look like football players, those are Charge and Chucks, and they are absolute assholes. They will charge at you. They will split into multiple copies. They'll try to jump up and clap at you, and you know they have a wide array of attacks. And yeah, they're dicks. So you got to be careful with them. Oh yeah, look at that. Just just riding a Yoshi. It just feels so good doing that. You know, it feels great to just just jump on enemies like that. Keep in mind though is that if you ever get hit by an enemy, Yoshi will actually run off, and so you actually want to try to get back onto him. So that you can just run him again. Although there could be instances where there's sometimes where you have to sacrifice Yoshi, though, and I don't want to do that. Now there are some power-ups. Well, there are only just some very few power-ups returning in the game. Now, unlike in Super Mario Bros. 3, they actually got rid of those unique power-ups that they had there, so it's kind of lame that when they did that. But, you know, they have those returning powers will be, mushrooms and fire flowers, which isn't as useful as it used to be. I mean, it still works, though. But there's also one new power, which I'll talk about in the next episode because, well, you know, in the next area that we're going to get to those. It comes in, like, some different areas of different worlds on Dinosaur Land. The first one is that we're on right now is Yoshi's Island. And actually, you know, one thing I didn't even mention, though, is that, you remember that yellow switch I stepped on? That room that was in, it's called a Switch Palace, and so you'll be finding some different Switch Palaces with color switches around in Dinosaur Land. And so what happens is that you saw those, you saw some certain blocks that are outlined or completely empty. If you step on the switch that has the corresponding color, those blocks will solidify, so that way there you can be able to bash them. And the ones that hit were the yellow ones, and and usually they just contain mushrooms, or maybe some other powers, but I think just the mushrooms. And I think that's about what I can pretty much say for what we did there. And then the end goal is a bit different as well. Well, you know, still the same, but you know, it's kind of different from the regular flagpoles. You see that bar that was moving up and down. If you get right to it, then you'll get some points. And then if you reach up to 100 points that you see on the counter up there, then you'll get some extra lives. And it's really easy to get extra lives here too. And then, the ones that you, and those little coins, with the, Yoshi coins that you saw there, they're called Dragon Coins, although the Game Boy Advance port actually, calls them Yoshi Coins. If you collect 5 of those, you get an extra life. Now, oh, and you know, one thing I didn't mention about those, the scoring system, so once you do reach up to 100, then you'll get to a bonus game in which you can actually, score some more extra lives. So, of course, if you want to, so try to get a tie to the bar in the angle as much as you can, and then that way there, you know, you'll be able to get to the, get some more points and some bonuses. If you actually have the lower bar, then you'll get a lower amount of points. And then what we just entered is one of Bowser's fortresses. Now, the one sad thing about it is that you can't bring Yoshi with you, so it's the fortresses and the ghost houses that we'll be seeing later. Yeah, those are the only places where you can't bring Yoshi in, so that's kind of weird. Even though this game actually does allow you to be able to take Yoshi anywhere. So yeah, take that, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Let's see what else. There's one more thing I was going to mention. I think it was a little more about the controls. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. One new kind of thing that Mario has. He has a new move in this one, and it's he's able to spin basically or do the spin jump. So yeah, normally you know, on the well, if you're playing on the Super Nintendo controller, by holding the Y button, you'd be able to run, and then pressing the B button allows Mario to jump. Pressing the A button though, it allows him to do a spin jump, and it's actually very useful for one thing. Or actually, if you press the I think it's just either it might be the X button actually, but if you press that button, then Mario will just spin around, and it's actually one kind of new attack that he has instead of just jumping on enemies. That you can just spin around, and so yeah, you do that, and then with a spin jump, then Mario can be able to just immediately just one-shot those enemies there. So yeah, just by pressing A, then yeah, that's when we do the spin jump. There's actually more to it once we get that one certain power that you'll be seeing here, and I can't wait to see that. Alright, so yeah, I know I kind of went on ahead just talking about the controls, so I think that's all I can cover for the controls here. So, after the end of the fortress, you'll be facing off against the bosses, the Koopalings. Let's see, Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle Number 1 and rescued Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in an egg. Together, they now travel to Donut Land. Yeah, a lot of the levels here are named after food. So yeah, those at the end of the fortresses, you'll be coming across the Koopalings, returning from Mario 3, and well, I hate to say it, but they're pathetic. Yeah. So what we just defeated was Iggy Koopa. All you gotta do is just knock his shell back over to the lava, and then that was it. So yeah, it's pathetically easy. The platform will actually tilt back or left and right though, so you want to be careful. But other than that, though, the Koopalings are just as you know, pathetically easy. So yeah. So anyway, so that's all there is. And so next time, let's play Super Mario World. We're going to start on Donut Plains, and I'm going to be doing some other things about the videos and stuff, but I'll talk about it next time. So I will see you guys in the next video.